Hi, my name's Elaina.
Hi, I'm Harley.
I'm Matilda.
Hello, I'm Harry.
Hello, my name is Emma.
My name is Sophie.
Hi, I'm Jodie.
Hi, my name is Mia Shambrick.
Hi, my name is Grace.
Hi, I'm Phoebe.
I'm Rachel.
Hi, my name is Leigha.
My name's Sean Aspinall.
My name's Isabel Richards.
Hi, my name's Nicole.
My name's Jamie Fox.
I'm 20 years old.
I'm 25 years old.
I'm 22.
I'm 21 years old.
I'm 32 years old.
I'm 25 and I'm from Wales.
I'm 18 and I'm from North West England.
I'm 18 years old.
I'm 13 years old.
I'm 19 years old.
I'm 35.
I'm 25 years of age.
I am 27.
I'm 20 years old.
I am 29. I'm from Belfast, Northern Ireland.
I'm 34 years old.
And I have cystic fibrosis.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elaina and as I'm sure you all have gathered, I have cystic fibrosis. Today's video is very, very special to me as I'm being joined by lots of other fellow CF patients talking about their lives with CF. I think when talking about any illness, it's easy for it to become impersonal and sound quite clinical, but I really hope that through this video it gives a more personal touch and really helps give a better insight into what living with cystic fibrosis is really like. A massive, massive thank you to everybody who took part. Throughout the rest of this video, you're going to be hearing all of their stories about living with CF. Content like this is especially important as people with CF can't meet up in real life due to the risk of cross-infection, so seeing everyone's videos all together in one place, all supporting each other, raising awareness for a disease that ultimately keeps us apart, it's really special. So I really hope you enjoy it, and yeah, thanks for watching.
When it comes to speaking about my CF, I have only really started opening up about it over the last year. It doesn't matter how well you do your treatment, at the end of the day you can get an infection that can just completely take you out, and it's that's completely mind-blowing still at 25. Over the last 5 years my health has got a lot worse, but I have learned to manage it, learned to accept my health. My parents were told when I was diagnosed that I would be lucky to make it to 31, and now at 25, that number's really close. So although I'm well and I'm doing well, that still really scares you. And I put everything on a timeline, didn't expect to sort of have a career. Over the last 5 years, my life has taken a completely different turn to which I thought it would, and I'm now on a career path. So it has really got to a point where I'm enjoying my life. I've learned to let CF take a back seat. It's hard work. It's not a glamorous disease at all. Part of the issue is that we look fine. If you could see the inside of us, you'd understand. It's a hard juggling act for sure, but CF is some of the strongest people you'll ever meet.
CF to me is like having a clingy, drainy friend who never leaves you alone and loves routine.
I'd say in connection with my cystic fibrosis, I've also suffered with depression and anxiety, which I'm now on medication for as well. A big question that I always ask is, if you had the ability to take CF away from me now, would I do it? And I always say, well, what, as in start again and live my whole life without CF? Or just take it away from me right now? And I'd love to take it away from me right now. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever live life again without CF, because it does make me who I am. Whether I like it or not, it's a huge part of who I am. It's a huge part of my morals and what I believe in and what I appreciate in life. I'm a massive film fan, if you can't tell. I've made my own short films. Storytelling is a huge part of life as well. You know, we all love telling stories. You know, even YouTube is a form of storytelling. I think CF's a big part of me loving that as well. I love hearing stories, learning different stories. If I'm only here for a little bit, then I want to make it a good time and leave something behind that people can appreciate, learn from and love as much as the things that I've come to appreciate and love in life as well.
I think people really underestimate the the level of commitment you have to have when you've got a chronic illness to looking after yourself, and they definitely underestimate how much time it takes to do all of that. In CF in particular, it takes around 3 hours on a good day when I'm well to do all of my treatments, which is physiotherapy, inhaled medications, tablets, eating well, exercise, rest. When unwell, when in hospital, that could be anything from 6 to 8 hours a day, and it's very mentally and physically draining. I think it's really hard to explain to somebody that doesn't live with an invisible or chronic illness what it feels like, but I did read something a while back that went like this, and it just basically said that you have to go through all the bad days in your life to earn the best days of your life. And for me, that completely encapsulates how I feel about living with a chronic illness.
I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis in my teens. I have 2 rare CF genes, which means I'm part of the 10% CF population that can't benefit from the new life-changing drugs. My current routine is 50 plus tablets every day. I do physiotherapy and I exercise pretty much every day to try and keep myself as healthy as possible. I definitely find cystic fibrosis challenging, but I try to not let it stop me or get in the way of anything. I'm very lucky that I have very supportive family and friends and a boyfriend. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
I was diagnosed at 1 day old, so I've had most of my medications from quite a young age. CF can take quite a big toll on my daily life because I've got to have a lot of treatment, which takes out a lot of time in my life. I'm about to go off to uni in 2 weeks, so preparing for that and making sure I've got all my medicines with me, it makes me realise how much I actually have to do to just stay as well as everyone else. An 18-year-old just wants to live like everyone else, and especially with the current situation, the fear of having to go back into lockdown is quite terrifying, especially when going to uni. So CF has taken a lot from us, but with this CAF trio coming in, we can get a lot back that CF has taken, and I can't wait for the results. I'm seeing amazing results from my CF friends currently, and it's making me very happy.
For me, CF is exhausting, draining, very, very boring, but also very humbling. It definitely reminds you to appreciate the smaller things in life, so I guess I'm grateful for that.
For me, my type of cystic fibrosis is like a roller coaster. Every day is different. Some days are up and some days are down. That's okay. For me, the biggest part is my chronic pancreatitis, because I get a lot of pain and a lot of fatigue from that for being in constant pain. So a lot of the time I like to do makeup to help distract myself a bit from that pain that I get. I post that on my Instagram. It's just a nice place for me to be a bit more creative when I can't physically be creative, because I used to love to dance, but now I can't dance because of my chronic pancreatitis gave me so much pain that I physically couldn't. If you'd like to go follow my Instagram, it is gracemegan_MUA. Obviously I post a lot about makeup because, you know, and then I also post about cystic fibrosis.
When I was younger, CF to me was hospital appointments very often, 2-week hospital admissions as well, rigorous physio every day, endless amounts of medication, constantly being encouraged to eat loads of food. Now I'm at the stage where I haven't had a hospital appointment in like 2 years, which is amazing. Yeah, like when you're a child, like, and even in the adult team now, you grow really, really close to all of the team, especially like play leaders on my children's ward. That they were like really key part in my life, because I spent so much time out of school. So those bonds are something that are really important, and they actually make up a huge part of my life in terms of CF, and I feel like that's not really spoken about a lot. I do have great kind of relationships with my team. CF has shaped me as a person, and it's part of me, and in many ways, like, I'm grateful for the perspective it's given me on life and maturity. Thank you, Elaina, for giving me this chance to speak.
For me, having CF is, well, it's all I've ever known. I don't know any different. Personally, because my CF mainly affects my belly, I find that really hard. I get really bad bowel obstructions, like not DOS, but a proper mechanical bowel obstruction where things stick and twist. It's pretty nasty. And on top of kind of the day-to-day belly difficulties, it's also a huge risk in people with CF of colon cancer. So we're 5 to 10 times more likely to develop colon cancer younger. So that makes kind of the whole belly thing slightly more scary for me. Cystic fibrosis care has changed so much since I was probably not much smaller, because I'm still quite small. There's a lot of hope for the future. And on top of that, I think that I appreciate life more. I spent my childhood thinking I'm just going to die. I haven't. I'm still here.
CF to me is very individualised, so I've never met anybody that has same as me, as in CF related sinusitis, has pseudomonas for as long as I have, any sort of similarities to me, because each patient is different. I do believe that we were given this illness as a sign. Whoever our higher selves are, I think the universe has gave us this disease because they knew that we could cope with it. I've never met any CF patient that isn't strong, isn't a fighter. My next venture is getting on a drug trial. I have one unknown gene. My known gene is Delta 508, but the EU license has not taken it on the same terms as the American license. So I'm just hoping, I'm praying and fingers crossed that this drug is coming my way and I will get this as soon as possible. I think each and every CF patient is unique and is fighting an unbelievable battle, and that's to each and every single person. You're doing amazing.
CF to me is a bit of a reminder. I think it's a reminder on the bad days that when they do come about, sometimes there are some limitations to what I can do, but also a reminder on the good days that you need to take those good days and run with them. You need to make the most of them and almost appreciate what you still can do with CF. And I say still can do, I'm kind of old for CF, but no, I think the good days are a nice reminder, and I think for everybody there's got to be a reminder that on the bad days they don't last forever, and on the good days they also don't last forever. So don't get too hung up on the bad and almost appreciate the good, but also understand that that's not going to be there forever as well. But yeah, CF for me is that reminder, and whether it's good or bad, it is a reminder. But fingers crossed, just started on calf trio, so those good days come about a lot more often. Fingers crossed.
Along with my cystic fibrosis, I do suffer with anxiety and depression, but I will not let cystic fibrosis define who I am. My auntie also has cystic fibrosis and she was strong and didn't let it stop her, and neither am I. It's a roller coaster of emotions and it's difficult at times, but we are not at a disadvantage. I'm not going to let it affect how I live my life. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Cystic fibrosis is a degenerative lung disease. You just tend to get worse as you get older. You know, we aren't chilling in bed in the mornings, going out partying, and even if we do, we are having to come back, take treatments, take your nebulizers, take tablets. At Christmas 2019, I actually was in hospital for 7 weeks. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't breathe. It was the scariest time of my life. My friend actually sent me a message not long ago, and I texted her saying I don't want to die. And it's just a hard life. CF is a hard life, but it doesn't all end bad. And a couple of days before Christmas, I was given Trikafta on compassionate ground in the time that I thought that life was ending. Like, my life has only just begun. My life has completely changed. I was 6 stone in December. I've got the drugs. I've been on them for 8 months now. I put 2 stone on. My lung functions went from 11% to 46%. I have got my own clothing brand and it's dedicated to CF. It's actually called Cystic Fibrosis, the brand, because Cystic Fibrosis is short for CF. I'm 29 now. I never thought I would be a granny, never mind a mummy. But now with these drugs, like, I am living proof that Trikafta works, and I cannot wait to see everybody's journey.
Cystic fibrosis for me is a daily battle, and as I've got older I've realised that it is every bit as much, and if not more, a mental battle than a physical battle. I have to fight every day, and for me, when the days, especially when I'm really sick, just to get up the stairs, to go to sleep and to do my tablets every day when I feel particularly sick is really challenging for me. Just to try and keep your head up when you're really sick is probably the hardest thing about cystic fibrosis, and it really is mind over matter to keep going on the days when you're really struggling.
as I've got older, it's become very apparent to me that living with a chronic illness is as much mental as it is physical. I am very much a strong believer in not letting anything define you, and that you need to try and look at the positive side of everything that happens to you. But throughout quarantine, as I'm sure it has been for a lot of people, I've used it as time for reflection, and it's really tried to make me actually face and process feelings of feeling extremely angry and frustrated and heartbroken that I even have cystic fibrosis in the first place. Even though it's so important to not be negative all the time and not let your condition get the better of you, it's still just as important to process those negative feelings, and I think sometimes I can be overly positive about how hard actually CF is to cope with, and I'm really trying to work hard to also allow myself and let myself feel negative and have those bad days and know that that's okay too. Illness is definitely not the same experience for everybody, and I hope that this video gave a bit of an insight into that. And again, massive thank you to everyone that took part. All the love and support. I will see you all soon.